Hola, ¿qué tal amigos de Magios Initiative? Seguimos en la cobertura de Unboxing Toy Convention, el segundo día. Estamos con Brian Flynn de Super7. Hi Brian, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Y también con Héctor Medias.
Hi Brian, how was your experience compared with last year?
Oh, it's been wonderful. I mean, last year was the first time for the convention and the first time for us to meet most of the Mexican collectors. And so when we came this year, we knew we had to come and bring something special for them.
Okay.
And how is Mexico treating you so far this time? I think last time when we had the interview, you hadn't visited any part of Mexico. I think now maybe you had visited more, or I don't know.
A little bit more. I didn't get to go to Rock Show though, so I'm very disappointed.
Okay, I think that's better. So let's go with the hardcore questions. We saw the upcoming figure of Fisto at SDCC, Fisto Filmation. Are there any plans to release the an ultimate version of Fisto Classics?
No, the Ultimates were kind of a one-time thing. When we took over the license, we were allowed one-time use of Mattel's tools. So we were able to go to all the old molds and get lots of different pieces to assemble them in one package. To do that for a new toy, to make all those parts, like here's 5 heads and 6 weapons, it would be too expensive to sell. I would have to sell that for like $50 or $60. So we can't really do that again, but it was a way to sort of make it so that everybody could have a chance to get He-Man and Skeletor again. But we don't really have that opportunity again, but we're trying to do something with another character, but not Fisto. Everybody wants a Fisto so they can make it cheaper. They just don't want to pay the secondary market price.
Yeah, that's what all the collectors want.
Yes, exactly.
Also another question regarding the SDCC. We saw the huge playset, the Snake Mountain.
This big.
Yeah, how do you planning to solve that thing?
We're still finalizing pricing from the factory. The biggest thing is how do we ship it to people?
Okay.
So we're working on trying to figure out the best way that we can ship the boxes affordably, because the box is going to be huge. So the biggest hurdle right now that we're still working on is trying to figure out how we ship it to people effectively. So once we know that, we think late September, early October, we will announce to everyone how much it costs, how we can ship it, and timelines and everything from there.
Do you have any hints about the next wave of classics figures besides the Dylamog? Besides that, do you have any other next?
Well, Dylamug is in the ones we are already making.
Okay.
But the next series, I know what it is, and we are working on it, but it won't be announced till later this year.
Okay, we'll wait then.
You have to wait. I'm sorry.
No problem.
But part of it is for us, beforehand we were showing people the very, very first like hand sculpts and things, and they're a long way from a final toy. So people had lots of criticisms and complaints, some valid, but instead we're like, okay, let's work farther along and get a more final product. So when we show it to people, they know it's much more close to final and much more correct.
Okay, great.
Can you tell us something about how was the process about the Mexican exclusive that you sold here in the convention, about the exclusive package?
Yes.
About all the exclusive, and not only the 5 inches, also the small figures. How was the process about the blisters?
Okay, well, first with the 5.5-inch figures, obviously coming from America, Star Wars is the biggest,
Yep.
then Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, and Masters is maybe
That's America, right?
5th most popular. When you come to Mexico though, where we found out last year, is Masters and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are number 1, then Transformers, then G.I. Joe, and Star Wars is down here someplace. So for the boxes, we wanted to come back and make something special just for the Mexican collectors. And the Los Amos boxes are very rare and very cool and unique, so we wanted to make new boxes just for the Mexican collectors. For the reaction figure, obviously that's done in a classic Star Wars style, so when we're going back there, actually a Mexican collector emailed me with a picture, said, hey, I don't know if you know this, but in one of the mini comics, the colors are wrong. And we make lots of recolors on the reaction figure because the American collectors like to have multiple versions. So when we saw that, we said, oh, this is perfect to make for the Mexican collector. Here is a recolor of the little figure, but done in the mini comic colors. So that's how that came about.
And when do you start thinking about those exclusives?
Well, last year after we came to unboxing, we said we have to come next year, but we have to come and be a vendor, an exhibitor, and in doing so, we want to make something special for them. So then we just started thinking about what we could do, and because we were at that time working on the 5.5 inch, but no one had seen it, we said, okay, let's make the 5.5 inch also in the box just for unboxing.
I know I'm not the first one who is going to ask you this, and I'm not going to be the last one. So, do you have any good news or any news about the Thundercats figures?
I don't have any good news.
That's really a shame.
I know, I would like to make it, but we have not been able to get the license from Warner Brothers. So we talk to them, sometimes they talk to us and, okay, you want it? Okay, okay, and then they pull back and say no. So hopefully one day, but not today.
Thanks.
Now we are in Mexico. We saw on San Diego the Lucha Libre figures.
Yes.
Can you tell?
I apologize.
No,
Too much
worry.
talking.
Don't worry. Can you tell something about the release dates about us?
October. October of this year. Same thing. Growing up in America, I always wanted Lucha Libre toys, and we would get some of the bootlegs from Mexico, but they don't move and they're painted badly, and there's a charm to that. But I was like, I want to make real Lucha figures. I don't know if they will sell. I don't know if anybody else wants them, but I want them. So.
Have you tried the bootleg workshop that they have here?
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Okay.
I want to take that home.
Okay.
And continuing with these Lucha Libre figures, you know that El Santo is the most famous wrestler or luchador here in Mexico. Why didn't you show that figure? Is there any problem with license, or are you planning on releasing that figure?
I would like to. It's because most everything in Mexico is made without a license. When we approached them and said we want to make it with license, they were very suspicious. So I think once they see that we did Solar for real, we did Teneblas for real, you know, we did Demon for real, and once they're in their hand, I think then Mil, Santo, they will be more okay with it. But I don't think they believed us. That's what I was told, is that they didn't believe it was true.
Yeah, because here it's like they produce the figures and they don't care if there's license or no license.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they were just suspicious, so which I can understand. So once those come out and we can present them, the real ones, I think it will be a much easier conversation to get Santo and Mil and other people so we can make lots more.
Now, one final question. King Diamond is the latest release on Reaction. I need to read out.
Yes.
I need to read out. King Diamond is the latest release on Reaction figures on the Rock Band. Have you any plans on release any other, like big Rattlehead of Megadeth of Papa Emeritus from Ghosts?
From which bands? Sorry?
Megadeth or Ghosts?
That somebody has it's psychic.
Yeah, it's very specific, yeah.
No, they're psychic. They can see into the future.
Yeah, oh yeah, really?
But we're not announcing anything, but those are very good suggestions.
Okay. You cannot deny or...
I cannot deny or confirm that, but yes, we have lots more. I don't want to make the band members usually. I want to make the mascot, the character.
Okay.
Like for Iron Maiden, we made lots of Eddie. So I don't really I don't want a figure of Bruce Dickinson, but I want a figure of Eddie.
Right.
You know, King Diamond is a character, so we made King Diamond. We made the Fiend from the Misfits.
Okay.
So
Megadeth can be a possibility.
Maybe we're working on 4 more music figures.
Okay.
So
Could
You have very good guesses.
Okay.
There you go.
I have another final question. Do you still have any of the exclusives available on the stand? I know it was crazy. A lot of people came and bought a lot of them. So do you still have some, or they are over?
We still have some of the Los Amos reaction figures, but we are sold out of all of the Skeletor and He-Man, the 5-inch in the boxes. Those are all sold out. Yes.
Okay, I think we are out of questions right now.
Anything else?
Last one. What about next year?
We will come back next year.
Okay. Any future plans for exclusive?
I'm still trying to finish this year.
Okay.
Then I will start worrying about next year.
Perfect.
But
Well,
we'll do something very cool next year.
Okay, exclusive for the Mexican
Yes.
market.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, perfect. 3.
Hail
Magios.
Magios.
Thanks so much, Brian.
Thank you guys.
It was a real pleasure.
See you next year.
Yes.
Seguimos en la cobertura, amigos. At our website, we have this cheer. We say "Hail Magios." Can you do that?
Tell me, what is it?
Yeah, it's "Hail Magios." The Hail, like Hail Hydra.
Hail Magios? I don't know, who is Magios?
Magios, it's us. It's Magios.
Oh, okay, good, okay.
Magios is like they translate the episode in The Simpsons. I don't remember
The Stonecutters. I don't know if you're a Simpson
okay.
fan. There's like a secret society.
Yes.
So in Mexico, they invented the name, and it was Magios.
Magios.
So we
You're the secret society from The Simpsons. Okay.
yeah, okay. So it's Hail Magios.
Okay.
One.
Realize that, so in America, Robotech is very, very, very obscure.
Yep.
You know, it was like they showed it on TV, but on like extended cable.
Yeah, it
After
was
school.
Rerun, right?
And it wasn't on main channels or anything, so not that many, only diehard people know Robotech. But we all grew up with Robotech, so we made it, and we didn't know if it was going to be popular or not. Same thing coming down here, so I would be like, oh, we don't need to take Robotech. But then coming here, everybody's like, no, Robotech was very popular here. And lots of people have asked me to bring Robotech, so.
And what are your plans with Robotech? I mean, it's only the initial figures that you
Well,
just released?
we have to find out if people will buy it first.
Okay.
So right now, it's doing well, so we plan to make more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just right now, the plan is just wave 1, and that's it.
Well, we didn't know if there would be enough people to buy it
And
to
it's-
make it.
And it's the reaction figures, and the
Yes.
small is the muscle.
There's muscle and reaction
the
figures.
reaction
Yeah,
figures.
yeah.
Perfect. Well, Brian, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, and see you next year.
Of course.